Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft, where in the last episode we built this, a giant wheat field with a rather large windmill in the center, and the wheat has actually continued to grow in between episodes, at least a little bit more, so it's now looking even better. We're nearly at full growth, which is very exciting. I imagine that will all be done by the end of today's episode, but what we're going to be doing in today's episode is not going to be quite as big as what we did last time. You see, there's a resource I'm currently lacking in, and I definitely need more of it. Not loads, just a little bit more, and that is string. At the moment I only have 8, and string is just really helpful for all of the little things in Minecraft. You know, it's helpful to make wool, it's helpful to make bows if I need that for dispensers, and for placing it down I actually need to go around and place a whole bunch to stop the snow falling on my roofs here, because they seem to land in a really awkward way. I wouldn't mind if it kind of spread out the snowfall here, but just having 2 random white lines going across the top of my barn there, yeah, not too keen on that one. So I need it primarily for that, but I mean string, it's just always helpful to have on hand. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is making a cave spider spawner farm, and thankfully I've actually found multiple of them in my world already. I don't know exactly where they are, but I should be able to locate them again. It shouldn't be too difficult, but what I'm doing right now is just gathering up all of the supplies I need, which thankfully is not many at all. In fact, this is it, apparently. I'm following a tutorial from Shulkercraft. If you want to build one of these for yourself, check out the description down below. I'll leave a link to the video of the tutorial that I'm going to be following. So now it's time to head down to the mine shaft and see if I can relocate one of the cave spider spawners. They usually are everywhere in mine shafts, so it should not be too hard at all. And I'm coming down here to my skeleton spawner because I built this quite close to a mine shaft, so I'm just going to dig my way out of here and hope I can stumble across some wooden structures underground. That's all I'm looking for right now. In fact, I think it's right through this gap. At least I thought it was. Oh no, that's not it. That's water. What's through here? That's a spawner. I see wood though. Okay, let's go around this way. Oh, there we are. Okay. Alright, the search begins. Aha! There it is! I knew it was close. I barely have walked at all. Okay, well, I'm going to start clearing out an area, and I'm just going to build the whole thing up and bring you back in afterwards. I do quite enjoy making farms in Minecraft, especially if they're nice and simple like this one was. No joke, I've been here maybe 10 minutes, if that. This was so simple, it's such a good tutorial. If you have a cave spider spawner in your world, just do this. There's no reason not to. String is so helpful. So yeah, really good tutorial. The last thing I have to do is just break away my torches. And here's a little tip: if you're ever making a spawning room like this one, when you're placing in the torches, do them as I have here. It's a bit overkill, but if you just place them on all 4 sides around the spawner, they do sometimes still spawn. This is plenty light enough, and all you have to do is break 4 blocks just like this, and all the torches will pop off, and then we can escape really quickly, and then hopefully they should flow into the killing chamber. And here is test subject number 1. As you can see, he can't get through, he hasn't tried to climb any walls or anything like that, and his drops go inside of the chest, as well as all of my torches, which I just broke, which is an extra bonus. As you may have guessed, the room is not going to be staying like this. I am going to be improving it slightly. I'm not going to go overkill here and make a really extravagant large room. It's just not necessary, but I do want it to be something other than stone. So I need to gather some supplies as well as drop off all of the junk I have here. So what I'm doing right now is just pillaring up with some ladders until we reach to the surface. And wherever we pop out here, I've got a rough idea, but wherever we pop out is going to be where we do some more building throughout the rest of the episode today. Ah, sunlight. And I'm right next to a tree. Where am I? I'm hoping I'm near to the pathway leading to the amethyst tower over there. Good, I appear to be. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, awesome. The wheat field entrance is right here, so I'm going to be able to make a little bridge going over this river here, leading to what I'll talk about in a little bit. I think let's just get the spawner done first of all. Where did I... over here. Okay, yeah, let's not lose this spot. That would not be very good. So the killing room is all done, and this is how we get out through that bubble elevator. And to get back down, we fall down this hole into some water and we come into the farm here. And as you can see, super simple. I said I wasn't going to go too overboard with it. I have not. It's about the same size. It just looks a little bit better with some spruce added in instead of just a stone box. But whilst I've been building this, I have been farming the spiders here, and I've managed to get more string than I will ever need. I honestly don't know if I'll need more than what I have right here, and as well as all of these spider eyes. Goodness knows what I'm going to do with all of those. If I had to guess, the spider eyes will probably be getting chucked and the string will be turned into wool. I'd probably use more of this than I do the actual string, so this farm will definitely get some good use. There is just one last thing I would like to add to our new farm here, and that is, if I can just fall down the hole, partially an item frame, but there's going to be something inside of it, and that is a clock. This is always something really helpful if I'm in a room underground without a visible way to look at the natural light, because I don't want to go up the bubble elevator and it be nighttime and find a creeper waiting for me. So that way I can tell it's nighttime or daytime and whether or not I should sleep in my bed, which I can just place down like that. I made that look so much harder than it actually is. But anyway, we got the clock in place. The spider farms all built up. I've been smacking some more of these guys, and I've got enough string that I think I can plaster my roof and cover up most of the snow. To be honest, I can probably cover up all of the snow. I only really have a bit here on my starter house and some on the barn. There might be a bit over there on the haunted house. Yeah, you can just see a couple of layers, but for everything else, I don't have any snow. I'm not sure why I don't, because you think I'd have had some on the trees. I'm guessing it's just not snowed since I built these. That makes the most sense. But what I am going to do whilst I'm hopping around on all of my roofs here is actually make my roof look a little bit nicer. I haven't done this. What's this called? I've completely forgotten. Scraping the roof? I haven't scraped my roof in a long while and they're all looking quite dull. So yeah, let's go around and do that and get the nice bright orange copper. Just placing some string down here on my barn, and once again we have some more visitors. They're currently having a standoff, these two in particular. Yes, that's two pillagers, not just one with a really long head. There's also a goat in my hot springs. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. I'm going to end up with some cooked goat if I don't get them out soon enough. But just trying to place in the rest of the string here before I got to go to bed, because it's getting real late once again. And with those two stripes already gone, it's already looking so much better. Finished placing the string on our haunted house, and the witch noises from Adelaide inside completely scared me. I forgot she was in here. So how is she getting on? Adelaide? Are you in here? I just want to make sure she's okay. I mean, I can hear her, so I'm sure she is. She's not in her bedroom. Okay, she must be down in her dungeon. Unless she's hiding. Nope, there she is. Okay. You good? You okay? Oh, are you friendly now? Adelaide? Hello? Oh, no, we're not friends. Okay. Well, you poisoned yourself. That was dumb. Alright. Won't be paying her a visit anytime soon. Since the farm entrance is right here, next to everything we have built over here with the pathway, like I said earlier, we're going to be having a bridge going across to this. I thought it would be a good idea to do a little build up here on the surface. That way we don't just have two holes leading to the farm. So my idea is a small campsite. Specifically a silk trader campsite, basically a bunch of people who would make silk and carpets and other sort of stuff with string. I know silk comes from a silkworm, right? Not spiders, but we'll just use our imagination here and stretch the realism, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's the idea. So we're going to make some tents and then sort of have some banners out on display. We'll have a couple of looms and some dyeing stations maybe, all that sort of stuff. It's just going to be a small build that's going to add a nice bit of life to this world. First things first though, I need to clear the area of a few trees, because what I have right now is not enough room. Oh no, my last chicken. I am officially out of cooked food. Hopefully my chicken farm has been producing a little while. I'll go check that in a second, but as you can see, I've done a small bit of deforestation, got rid of a few trees around here, and I've also planted some more down. I went a bit over the top, and I would like some on the just shore here. So yeah, I planted some more down. Hopefully they'll grow eventually, but I've also tried to smoothen out the terrain just a little bit and make it a bit more buildable upon. As you can see, all of the grass is still regrowing in certain spots. So yeah, now what I'm going to do, I think first things first is just build up all of the campsite tents that I want to add in. Is there chicken? That's the question. Let's find out. If I just go through here, it's a bit of a mess. I should hopefully have at least a little bit. 7. Why can I not have this much chicken and this many feathers? I don't need a full chest of feathers at all. So this is what I've got at the moment. We've got 4 completely unique tents, but they all look kind of similar. And would you look at that? Just in time, the rain has stopped. This has been never ending. There's probably some snow on the trees now, which, you know what? Let's get sidetracked and actually have a look. Is there snow on the trees? There are. Okay. And I was thinking that's actually a good thing. I like the idea of having some snow on my giant spruce trees. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying, and that is we now have 4 tents. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one in the middle is obviously where the area to the spider farm is, so we can go down that hole in that tent. We got a diagonal tent, we got a bit of a tall tent over here, and we got a regular looking tent. This one and this one may seem familiar to you. I've built them before on my channel. I actually have a tutorial for both of these if you're interested. Just type in Minecraft tent, and I actually, funnily enough, come up right at the top. It's always still very weird to me that that is a thing that happens on YouTube. I'm talking about me being in the search results, not just searching for a video and finding a video. I know that's how YouTube works. So here we have a campsite, not a silk trader's campsite. That is now the next step we need to take. Just by adding in some stuff like looms, banners, a dyeing station. Basically, I just want to put together the process that these silk traders would have to go through in order to make their silk or carpets or banners or whatever we're saying they're selling. I'm just going to add in a bunch of stuff that makes it look like they are in fact silk traders and not just a bunch of campers in the woods. This makes me really sad. Can you guys see what makes me really sad? A bunch of friends over here enjoying their fancy carpets in their group, and a poor lonely llama who is trapped on the side of the cliff there. Or it's not really a cliff, you could just fall, you would be fine, but obviously he doesn't want to. So what I'm going to do, instead of pushing him over to the group, I just want to see if he makes his way there naturally. So if I just sort of make him a way out, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get out now, llama. I'm going to check back up with you at the end of the episode and see if you have joined these guys over here, or at least gotten yourself out of that predicament. He already has. It's been approximately 10 seconds since that last clip, and he's already made his escape. I'm sorry I didn't do that sooner, buddy. Okay, this is looking much more lively. There actually looks like there's something going on now. So, to begin with, let's start with this. We got a nice little campfire here. I wanted to do something a bit different and surround it with some actual stone blocks. More of a fortified campfire instead of just having the actual block just placed on the floor. So, I don't know whether I like that or not. I'm going to let it sit on me. Sit on me? Sit with me for a while. I don't really want that thing sat on me. That looks heavy. And see if I like it or not. If not, I'll get rid of it. Just move the campfire up a block and it will just be on the dirt. So we got that over there. We also have the dyeing station here. So they kind of lay out the silk on this table here. And then I'm pretending maybe they got a like dye mixture in here. Maybe I should fill this up a bit, although it wouldn't look that colourful. So let's just say it's empty. Hence why it's half finished. And then they hang it up to dry over here. And then over here on this thing, we got a bigger drying rack just with some more colourful banners on display. And you can also see on the sections I've just built up now, I've mixed in a little bit of coarse dirt with some path blocks just to show that these are well walked in areas. I would do it for the whole campsite, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So that is pretty much going to be it. The only thing I can think left to add is a couple of like lighting sources. So all I'm thinking we do for this is just add something a bit like this. Maybe let's go one more. And maybe we should stick like a cobblestone wall at the bottom here, actually. Do I have any more of those? Yes, I do. Love the middle click feature. Bring it over by a block, and then if we do something like that, hangs down a bit low. It may be better, actually, if we just have the single lantern. Yeah, that's a bit better. So if we just have a couple of them maybe, and the only other thing I want to add is something not inside of this one, nor this one. This one's quite cramped. Actually, that should be fine. But just add some beds inside of the actual tents, because right now they literally just have looms in, as you can see. So they don't really, you know, serve that greater purpose for sleeping in, which is kind of the purpose of a tent. So yeah, I think we get some beds in there as well. I was just in the process of getting some dyes, but I'm afraid I need to stop that right there, because we may just be about to witness this llama, hello friend, join that llama group over there. I thought he was on his way over. Now he's gotten a little bit sidetracked and has decided to come to me, but now he's turned around. This is very intense. Very intense indeed. Okay, let me go back to getting some dyes for those beds. I'll keep an eye on him. He still hasn't moved that much. 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed, and 4 bed. Now he's up here. Looks like he's going to make friends with the foxes instead. Yeah, that's not your animal, my friend. Your animal is over there. For real though, llama, please do not fall in the fox pen, because there is no easy way out. Yes, that's it. Keep going that way. Just testing out one of the new beds, and yep, feels pretty good. That was a good night's sleep. Okay, so we got 1 bed in here. I've just moved over the loom. Then we have another, just about, let's not fall in the fire, squeezed inside of the diagonal tent. Doesn't look the best, but it is what it is. And then we got a double bed over here, or 2 beds next to the 2 looms in the largest tent. And as I said, this one, it's just going to be for the entrance to get into the farm. This, by the way, is what I do when I need a bird's eye view of a build I'm making, but I can't be bothered to make a slow falling potion or build up somewhere and I've got nothing already to stand on. I just fly away and pause, and I can actually look down here. So currently what I'm looking for, you can see I've got some chests and barrels in my hotbar. I'm looking for a spot to place them, just kind of seeing if there's any open spaces that look as though they're missing something. And I'm thinking right about here, just to the left of this tent. Because we got the campfire over here, we got the drying rack this side, we got something here. I don't know, there's just something around this central tent that feels a bit missing. So now we can resume, and I'm thinking I actually see it like this. Maybe just around the front here, if we can make a bit of a barrel stack. Something like this, maybe. Maybe not exactly like that. Allow me to tweak it some. There we go. That looks a little bit better, I would say. Sweet. Okay, now we are done with the actual campsite for the most part. I may still add in a couple of things over time. I think I'm going to leave this one here. I'm still not fully sure just yet. I'll think about it some more while I do the next step, which is basically going to be to bring a pathway just kind of on over this little mound here to the riverbed, and then I'm going to make some sort of bridge connecting this piece to this piece of land. I may do it in the same style as this one. I feel like that would make the most sense. I do love bridges, I must be honest. They just make everything look so much better, especially when you got pathways going around and you just have that bridge. I love it. I really do. And yeah, as you can see, it's very, very similar to this one we have over here. It's obviously the same blocks. It's a stone bridge with a spruce walkway through the middle. This time it's a bit longer, as you can probably tell, and a bit wider too, I think. Yeah, that one's 2 wide, this one's 3 wide. And once you get over here on the other side, I've completed the pathway leading all the way up until the central tent and kind of just stopped it there. And I've made one other change. Can you tell what it is? Probably not, because it looks exactly like vanilla Minecraft. I've just planted a few more trees around here because we had some open spaces. And like here, for example, I feel like we're missing something here. What have we got around? We got quite a few birch trees, so let's get an oak tree down, put some bone meal on that one, and hopefully we don't get a really tall one. No, that is a bit close there though, so let's break some of those blocks. But yeah, just planted in some more trees because it felt a bit too open and I wanted to feel nice and enclosed and cozy like a campfire campfight? No, a campsite should be. There's no fighting in this campsite. Until you go underground, then we have a club, you could call it. A spider fighting club at that, and it's a very one-sided fight. The spiders stand no chance at all. So I think that's all we're going to do on this little camping area for today. Until next episode, potentially, if I see some good suggestions down in the comments below. Of course, suggestions are welcome. Please feel free to chuck them right at me. And while we're on the topic of suggestions I saw in the comments, I saw a number of people saying I should make the windmill blades a bit bigger. And I definitely agree with you. To a certain extent. I'm not going to be changing it. I actually tried it in my test world and I just didn't quite like it. I like how this one turned out. The shape of it, at least. If I could just keep the shape exactly as it is and enlarge it by like half the size maybe, perfect, but I just couldn't get it quite right. Plus the positioning of the actual windmill would need to be a bit lower down because the blades, they were just far too high above the building itself. So yeah, I just want to acknowledge that suggestion. It's definitely a good one. I see what you mean. It is a bit too small, but I don't think it's too small to the point it looks really bad. The last thing I want to do in this episode before we say goodbye is see where our llama has got to. Not even close. You're going the wrong way, my friend. Hopefully he makes it over there eventually. I'm not going to help him out anytime soon. I kind of want to watch him and just see if he randomly ends up with that pack like the rest of them have. But yeah, we'll keep our eye on this guy. And if you don't make it eventually, I'll lead you on over to your friends. But anyway guys, that is going to be it for this episode today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I apologize if it seems like we haven't got a whole lot done this episode. I just have felt not really in the right mindset to play tons and tons of Minecraft this week, so I wanted to do something a bit smaller as to not burn myself out. I didn't want to do like another giant windmill project behind me here. Some of the smaller episodes are nice every now and again for me, and I hope they're nice for you guys too. So thank you ever so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.